Hello, beautiful souls, and welcome to this video on the Aquarius full moon happening on the 22nd of August at 8:01 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. And this is the second full moon in Aquarius that we have this year, making it extra significant. So anytime there's a full moon in the same sign and it's happening twice, we really want to pay attention to that energy. And this just is amplified since we are being ushered into the Aquarian age at this time. And this energy has really been a theme from December of last year when we experienced the great conjunction of Jupiter and Saturn meeting up in the sign of Aquarius, which kicked off a new 200-year cycle where they will be meeting up in air signs. So this is huge. We are at a new cycle, a new 200-year cycle at the very beginning stages of that. And this can also be why it feels like the sense of division that's happening right now. It can feel a little bit chaotic on the planet, and we are all sensing that we are going through a time of change. How we perceive it, how we respond to it is very, very different. And this is why I feel at this time it's so important that the visionaries, the light workers, the healers of the world are confidently showing up. They're being fierce in how they show up and in speaking their truth. And that is the archetypal energy of Aquarius, which is really in the spotlight right now. It is the humanitarian visionary, the rebel with a cause or without a cause in the lower octave. So we also really want to be very intentional right now about the information we are consuming, about the things that we are resonating with, to really take time to listen and be honest with ourselves of, does this resonate with me? Does this feel right? And many people, if not everyone, that finds their way to my content is a light worker, is a visionary, is a healer, and knows they are here to contribute to the planet. Whether that's a powerful message you know that you are here to share, whether it's through your creations, whether it's through your healing work, you know you are part of this ascension. You know you incarnated to spread more love on the planet, to spread more light on the planet, to support other people in remembering who they are. And this full moon is for you. And that's what I'm really feeling. It's supporting you in that. And because it is a full moon, there's, of course, the releasing energy too. And you can really use this energy to release and let go of any part of you that's still questioning your worthiness. Big theme. And if we jump opposite this full moon in Aquarius, we have the sun at the very last degrees of Leo, making it a full moon. The sun and moon are in opposition. And the Leo archetypal energy is about standing in your power. It's about letting yourself be fully illuminated in the world, feeling safe in your power, feeling safe being illuminated, stepping up and taking center stage in your life, and knowing your innate worth and value. And this has been one of the many gifts and blessings I've received from spending time in the realm of the Akashic Records, is this knowingness that we are all innately worthy. And we grow up in a society which can really ingrain in us from a young age that our worth is dependent on our output. Our worth is dependent on what we achieve. Our worth is dependent on checking off certain milestones. And this can also lead to overwork and burnout in order to prove ourselves, or feeling like we need to do that before we get to receive the abundance of the universe. So it's a really good energy to play in and recognize, if you can accept and know that you are innately worthy because you exist and there's nothing you have to do in order to prove that worth. That's huge. If you can just anchor in that acknowledgement and that awareness, then you begin to open up to receive what your heart desires to receive. You begin to open up to receiving the abundance that wants to flow through you. And having this core belief is also necessary in order to show up and contribute to the planet. If we look at this axis between Aquarius and Leo, which is in the spotlight right now, Leo represents the me or the you, right? It's the individual. Aquarius represents the community, and we have to have a strong sense of self in order to contribute to the world around us. So these energies really work together. If we look at the sun in Leo, especially in the last degrees, it's really shining a spotlight as well around where in your life you may be in this energy of needing to prove your worth, or producing or meeting certain goals in order to prove to someone else that you are valuable, that you are worthy. And instead sink into the heart space, which Leo represents in the highest expression, creating from that space and desire for the joy of creating from that space of love. So really feeling into that energy. Now, the ruler of this full moon is Uranus, and Uranus went retrograde just a few days ago. And this really speaks to the energy of change and evolution, and where we may be resisting that. And this is very much on a larger scale as well. Uranus is an outer planet, so it really puts a spotlight on the evolution and the ascension that is happening right now. And we really see that playing out. We see this progression that's happening, this advancement, and then we see the fear of change that's surfacing, both on a smaller scale and a larger scale. Like this can be happening in your own life as well, and you can really use this planetary energy right now to look at where you are stuck in old patterns, where you are trying to create a new result without shifting your energy and mindset or addressing some core beliefs. It's going to make it really hard if you're trying to produce a new outcome in your life, but you're not willing to look at taking a new action. You're not willing to look at seeing things in a new way. This energy really speaks to that as well, which is one of my favorite things to talk about and to support my clients with, is leaning into those edges and expanding, leaning out of your comfort zone to call in the new. Being willing to release good enough to step into great, being willing to go with the natural flow of the universe, which is one of evolution and expansion. So anytime we're stagnating in any way, our human self, our ego, is somehow putting a block in the way from what we desire, because the universe has a natural flow to it. We are always evolving. And this energy, again, right now is really in the spotlight with Uranus retrograding in Taurus, Taurus wanting to be secure and safe, Uranus saying, let's mix things up. It's time to create change. And again, we're seeing this play out on a very larger scale in our society, as well as personally, we're seeing it play out in our life. Another major aspect that's coming to the forefront with this full moon is Jupiter is conjunct, and a conjunction in astrology means they're within 10 degrees. That's the orb I use. Different astrologers may use 5 to 8 degrees. I use up to 10 degrees, especially with some of these more outer planets. So I do feel Jupiter is playing a very significant role with this full moon. And Jupiter is the planet of expansion, of evolution, of abundance, of good fortune. So it really is a blessing. I feel this energy is bringing in many blessings. And this can also be where you see a lot of those desires that you've held in your heart coming to fruition at this time. The Aquarian archetype represents hopes, dreams, wishes that we have for the planet, that we have in our own life. Jupiter brings blessings. So allow yourself to feel into the momentum that's building in your life. Allow yourself to notice and celebrate how you are moving closer to those goals that you desire to achieve. Allow yourself to celebrate the process of becoming, which I speak about a lot as well. It's like when we're working toward a goal, sometimes we see that as the final manifestation, but there's manifestations each and every step of the way to that final goal. And this can take many different forms. This can be in the form of we cultivate deeper courage, deeper trust in the universe on the way to achieving our goals. So to celebrate the unfolding process, celebrate the becoming process. Don't just become obsessed with the main goal. Now, in saying this, you get to create and attract and experience what you desire. And this energy is bringing in that momentum. It's bringing in blessings and an opportunity for you to really open up and receive those blessings. Full moons are amplifiers. They amplify whatever is happening. So yes, there can be fears and doubts that are emerging, that are being triggered right now. It can be fears of being left behind. It can be fears of not fitting in, fears of not belonging, fears of what if I don't reach my my goals? What if I don't create that dream life? All of that can surface at this time, and we don't just want to step it back down. We want to look at what those fears are and become really curious about it instead of accepting it as the absolute truth, to explore it. Now, the other side is we can also celebrate. We can celebrate the blessings in our life. Gratitude is the portal that leads to expansion and quantum leaps. Practice it. This is not a novel idea, the power of gratitude, but it is a very significant one. And it is one that's really worth looking at how you're playing with gratitude in your daily life. Are you embodying that energy? Are you radiating that energy out into the world? Are you deliberately looking for things that light you up, that allow you to feel grateful? This full moon can assist you with that. Really, really powerful energies. So later in the day, after we experience the full moon, so again, the full moon's happening in the morning, 8:01 a.m. Eastern. I guess it really depends where you are in the world. But later on in the day, the sun is actually going to transition into Virgo. And we enter a whole new energy. So Virgo is the sign that comes after Leo, and it's a very, very different energy to play in. So as we move into Virgo season, it's a really beautiful time to look at and explore your daily routine, to look at organization and structure and your health. Like, it's an excellent time to explore your diet, what you're eating, right? When I say diet, I don't necessarily mean following a certain diet unless that's where you are guided, but to just simply look at what you are consuming, how you're treating your body, how you're caring for your body. A great time to start new exercise programs as well, because we tend to have the discipline, more discipline at this time. And discipline actually leads to greater freedom in our life. If we are disciplined with the tasks that we know support our well-being, of course we're going to thrive. So there is a sense of discipline that I feel is very supportive in our life, and Virgo season gets us to explore those things, our daily routine. This could be a wonderful time as well to start a new meditative practice. Especially, there's a few things I suppose I want to say around this, but meditating when you first wake up in the morning sets the tone for the day. If you wake up in the morning and you're jumping on your phone right away, you're going to be pulled into an energy, into an energetic current and momentum that may not be very intentional or aligned with what you want to create. But if you first take a moment to tune into your heart, your soul, connect in with cosmic intelligence, and set your intention for how you desire to show up, you can more easily carry that momentum with you throughout the day, and you won't be as shaken by different challenges that may come up or different things that you face during your day. If you really take that time to be grounded and intentional first, having a practice like that before you go to bed also sets the stage for having a better night's sleep. It influences what may be activated in your dream state and how you then wake up the next morning as well. And I also feel just simply carrying that mindfulness with us throughout the day, that sense of gratitude throughout our day, not just in our meditative practices, but in how we show up throughout the day, is really, really powerful as well. So that is a little bit of a cosmic update around this full moon, around moving into Virgo season. So I will share with you as well, I'm going to be doing a full moon ceremony for my Goddess VIP group. If you would like to join us, I'll attach the link below. So we do new and full moon rituals in the VIP space every month. We also do weekly Akashic meditations and activations. You get access to a library of resources around quantum manifestation, high level energy work with the chakras, work with EFT, one of my favorite energy techniques, the emotional freedom technique, also referred to as tapping. There's videos in that space around tapping into the frequency of abundance and prosperity. Beautiful space. You get monthly group calls with me. So if you want to check that out, I will post the link below so you can grab the details. I also invite you to share with me how you are experiencing these energies, what's coming up for you at this time. You can feel free to share as well what you are releasing in this full moon energy so I can hold that space for you, and also what you are celebrating so you can just put it out there and share it with the world. And if you enjoy this, be sure that you subscribe, because I'm now doing weekly cosmic guidance, which entails guidance from astrology, as well as channel guidance from the Akashic records. So I'm sending you all so much love and full moon blessings, and I will see you very soon. Bye.